All right, welcome everybody to our very first G.I. Joe first appearance spotlight that we're going to be doing for comicbookinvest.com. This is just going to be some fun stuff for your Saturday morning cartoon itch to scratch you. Who doesn't love G.I. Joe? I love G.I. Joe, and Ben already has an awesome full first appearance list. So why not we look at that list and have some fun with it?
I agree, and as we get into. We're going to see the G.I. Joe verse and all this stuff, and people are trying to speculate, and they're playing variant cover games and stuff, and I don't think that's where it is, man. I think it's all within this first appearance stuff you and I have been talking about for a spell. And speaking of things we're going to talk about, you could probably speak on the book behind you there.
I could, but we'll get to that in a second. But first, make sure you like, you subscribe, you hit that alert button so you don't miss any of the content we're throwing out at you, and we'll be right back to talk about this book. All right, so we are going to be talking about first appearance G.I. Joe books, and our first book, as Ben pointed out, I have right next to me, it's the OG, the original, G.I. Joe #1. Look at this laundry list of first appearance of characters that we have in here. I mean, it's Baroness, you got Breaker, you got General Flag, you got Hawk, you got Rock and Roll, you got Scarlet, you got Snake Eyes, for God's sakes. And let's not forget my man Stalker. This just is loaded with first appearances. This book could not be any cooler. It took me a while to get one, but I finally did get one because my original one, no clue where it went. So before this thing gets even crazier than it already is, I figured I need to get one now.
It's a good time to get one because I think you're right. It's going to get crazier. I mean, we're kids of the 80s, right? This is that sweet spot with Star Wars, G.I. Joe, He-Man, even Transformers and GoBots. This is that 1984 Marvel, though, man. This is that early. This is before all that stuff, except for Star Wars, obviously.
Yeah,
that's another show, though. This book, this is the beginning and the end, right? Like, this is the cornerstone for every G.I. Joe collection, and probably for everyone who wants to invest in Joe books.
Yeah, this is the alpha, definitely. This is the book you need to start with. Definitely make sure you get with. But for those newer people out there, there's also some books that they can get in on too. And our next one, we got this, what is Helix? It's a newer character, female, interestingly.
I like this as a real cheap play. I really like the cover. And there's an RI, I think it was a 1 in 10. It's just the Virgin edition. Very, very cool character. I don't know, man. Like, between Don Moreno, Snake Eyes, and the new oh yeah, no, I mean between her and new Cobra Commander and all these characters that are post cartoon days, but there is action figures, statues, stuff like that. That's what makes me pay attention. So I think this is a fun first appearance. It's a one shot. Check those back issue bins. Check the miscellaneous section.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, because, I mean, realistically, though, with all the G.I. Joe characters, there were very few female characters. So if we do start getting things adapted, they're going to need more than 2 girls. Like, we can't just have, Scarlet and Baroness, and eventually Lady J. And you had, Jinx? Outside. And Zartan's sister or whatever, Zatanna. Like, there wasn't a lot of female characters to work with. But thankfully, IDW has given us a couple of more.
Speaking of another one, female first appearance. Now we will jump ahead or progress forward into the Don Moreno. We all know Don Moreno later on becomes Snake Eyes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, it's the disconnect there for me is what it is. I mean, just calling it female Snake Eyes felt like a play when they could have just introduced a new female ninja, character. Like you said, Jinx.
Mm-hmm.
That said, it doesn't matter. The character's on fire. This book is wildly important, arguably the most important book of the IDW era. It's the Jenica of... This is the TMNT 51 of G.I. Joe. And I like this book more than the 245, I think it is.
The one where she becomes
Because when
Snake
you
Eyes?
look at exactly. So when you look at TMNT 95, it doesn't do anything in numbers and sales compared to 51. So
No.
I like 226. What do you think, Peter?
Yeah, I like it. Long term, the first appearance is the first like appearance. As long as it's not like a weird like cameo, like oh, what's they're in street clothes and nobody knows who they are. But I legit just got my copy in the mail today. Like this literally came in today, and I didn't even know this was going to be one of the books that we were just going to be doing because we just kind of threw this together on the fly. Like, all right, you know what? It's going to be fun. Let's talk G.I. Joe books, and here we are. And I love this stuff. So I'm super stoked for. All the other first appearances we got going because we got a huge list. Ben did a lot of work.
No argument to that, man. I appreciate it. But, can't do anything without the help of you guys. You, Topher, begging for G.I. Joe insight and you guys sharing with me. And anyway, it's going to be fun. We're going to do this every Saturday, right, Peter?
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the plan for now.
So check us out, comicbookinvest.com. We'll have all the graphics up. And, before we get out of here, hit that like button. Don't forget to sub up the channel. And thanks for watching.